So Godzilla x Kong is just 3 months away, and I'm so excited for this movie. It's easily my most anticipated of the year. And in this video, in particular, I'm going to be covering the matchup of Kong versus Scar King. We know these two are going to be fighting. We haven't seen any clips from the trailers, but it's just bound to happen. We know these two are eventually going to throw down. We don't know how many times, but in today's video, I'm going to be discussing that. This is going to be my first kind of theory breakdown video of the movie. And before we get started, I did want to address that I will not be spoiling this movie. I do not know the spoilers. I have heard certain rumors, and unfortunately, there are certain channels that are just openly spoiling this movie in their thumbnails, and it's very wrong. I mean, there are big channels that are doing this, that's not right at all. I want to go into this movie not being spoiled. I have done some videos breaking down toy leaks before, but I made sure I've blurred the thumbnails to make sure I don't spoil it for anyone. And so I will not be doing this on this channel. I don't care how many views I get. I will not be spoiling this movie just for views. That is just wrong. Other than that, I don't like to get into drama on this channel. I try to break down stuff about this movie that I know is not going to be a spoiler, that I don't know about. So if I predict it, I promise you I don't know how this movie is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. But let's get right into this. Watching this trailer, there are a lot of really cool shots. The shots in particular that I'm going to be focusing on is the ones between Kong and Scar King. This shot right here is when we first enter this kind of Hollow Earth section. You see the lava coming down. You see this one shot where all these other Kongs are standing around and what looks like our Kong right in the middle, and then Scar King jumps down right in front of him. This shot certainly looks like the first time they meet. It does not look like Kong knows what he's doing. He doesn't know where he is. But the weird thing about this matchup is he doesn't have his axe here. You see in the previous shots that he has his axe. He comes down through Hollow Earth. He uses it to climb down. And he's kind of using his axe to mess with the light, the different prisms. But then we get to the shot where he's surrounded by all these other Kongs. Clearly, he doesn't know Scar King is a thing. He doesn't know who he is. They haven't met yet, I don't think. And this is where they meet. And you can't see Kong's right hand very well in this shot. But he doesn't have the metal hand that you see him have later. This leads to something that I think is a little bit more obvious and is what I think. I think this is going to be the first time they meet. All these other Kongs look scared around him. Kong clearly doesn't know who he's messing with here. This is where Scar King comes in. You see a cool shot of him walking, kind of hunched over. I think this is where they're going to first fight, and Kong is going to get the crap kicked out of him. If I had to guess, he's going to get absolutely demolished with no battle axe. I think Scar King is going to use this whip against Kong. I don't know how much damage that's going to specifically do, because I think Scar King is going to show his hand-to-hand combat more. He has some kind of advantage. I think he is significantly bigger, but once again, I don't know about that for sure. There's rumors that he's up to Godzilla's height. He might be 400 feet tall, which would put him at a major advantage. But yeah, in particular, I think all these Kongs are going to space out. Kong is not going to bow because he bows to no one, as the famous line. Gets the crap kicked out of him. I think he gets his hand bit, or he gets his hand broken. Something happens to his hand, or maybe he breaks his whole arm. It'd be a brutal scene, but I think that's possible. I will be interested though to find out why he doesn't have his battle axe, because you see him have it before, but then you don't see him have it here. Because Kong clearly doesn't look like he has been in battle with Scar King so far in this movie. I think this is where he first meets him. Now, I am very interested because Kong obviously doesn't die in this scene. If this is the first time they face, then he's going to face him later when he's running with Godzilla, so we know he doesn't die in this scene. But I am going to be interested to see he breaks his arm, breaks his hand somehow, eventually gets that upgrade. How he gets out of this situation, I have no idea. Honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb here and make a prediction. I think that the way Kong gets out of this situation, he gets the crap kicked out of him, he gets his arm broken or bit, or something really bad happens, and then I think one of these other Kongs is going to buy our Kong enough time to get out of here. And I ultimately think that's how it's going to happen. I think Scar King is either going to take the battle axe or steal it from him, maybe break it. And then another Kong, one of these Kongs that is being kept here or is under the control of Scar King, is going to do something, cause a distraction, maybe fight Scar King for a little bit just to give Kong enough time to get out of here. And then that's when we see him get upgraded. Then he comes back with Godzilla. They end up fighting Scar King. And then all the other stuff happens in the third act that I don't want to try to spoil. And that's honestly how I think this is going to go down. This is just my prediction, though, for how this battle will happen. I'm so excited to see this Kong go up against Scar King. So excited to see what other monsters are in this movie. Make sure you let me know down below how you think this battle will go down. Do you think I'm anywhere close? Do you have your predictions? Please don't spoil this movie. But make sure you let me know down below what you think is going to happen. And thanks for watching.